He was not weak, he was not foolish. He did not lack talent, he understood things faster than others. He spoke clearly. He saw patterns early. And yet, slowly, quietly, his life collapsed. Not from bad luck, not from betrayal, not from failure, but from something far more dangerous. Laziness disguised as intelligence. The samurai feared this more than the sword. Zen masters warned against it. Miyamoto Musashi wrote about it without mercy. Tonight, we examine why the intelligent man who refuses discipline always loses, and why ancient Japanese wisdom considered this the most tragic defeat of all. His name does not matter. He was the kind of person teachers praised early, the kind who learned without trying, the kind who didn't need repetition. While others struggled, he understood. And because he understood, he stopped training. In Japanese tradition, this is the first silent danger. Chisoku, knowing enough to feel satisfied. The samurai never trusted early talent. They distrusted ease. Musashi warned that natural ability without discipline becomes arrogance, and arrogance decays into weakness. This man believed effort was beneath him. That repetition was for slower minds. That discipline was optional. He mistook insight for mastery. In Zen, this is called the beginner who refuses to remain a beginner. And the moment you refuse discipline, time begins to collect its debt. The samurai did not define laziness as sleeping late or avoiding work. They defined it as the refusal to prepare for inevitability, death, conflict, loss, decay. Bushidō demanded readiness even in peace. A warrior polished his blade daily, not because battle was certain but because decay was. Laziness was not comfortable, it was neglect. Musashi wrote that when the mind becomes loose, the body follows, and when the body softens, the spirit fractures. This man avoided discomfort not because he was afraid, but because he believed he was above it. He delayed, he postponed, he relied on potential. The samurai never trusted potential. They trusted daily non-negotiables. He could speak convincingly about discipline. He understood systems. He read philosophy. But his days were unstructured. In Japanese thought, structure is not limitation, it is liberation. Zen monasteries were rigid by design. Meals at the same time, cleaning in silence, practice without debate. Why? Because freedom without form dissolves the mind. The man believed flexibility was strength, but flexibility without anchor becomes drift. Ikijiozami, total absorption in one thing, was impossible for him. His mind scattered. He consumed ideas instead of embodying them. The samurai would call this a soft mind wearing sharp words. He believed rules were for ordinary people, that his intelligence allowed exceptions. Musashi despised this belief. He wrote that the way does not bend for clever men. In Shuhari, the student first obeys, then breaks, then transcends. This man skipped obedience. He wanted transcendence without submission, but discipline does not care about self-image. Time does not care about excuses. The samurai said, "The blade that refuses the whetstone will shatter." And slowly, opportunities passed him. Others with less intelligence surpassed him, not because they were better, but because they were consistent. The losses were quiet. Respect faded first, then trust, then self-respect. No dramatic collapse, just erosion. Zen teaches that decay is invisible until it is complete. He blamed circumstances, then fatigue, then others, but deep inside he knew. He had not honored repetition. He had not endured boredom. He had not submitted to form. The samurai endured monotony willingly. Gammon, silent endurance was their strength. This man avoided boredom like an enemy, but boredom is where mastery waits. Miyamoto Musashi lived without comfort. He slept on the ground, traveling without possessions, practiced relentlessly, not because he lacked intelligence, but because he distrusted it. Musashi believed the mind must be trained like the body, daily, without emotion. He wrote that the man who relies on talent becomes careless. Carelessness is death. The lazy, intelligent man fights only when inspired. The disciplined man trains even when empty. The samurai understood that emotion is unreliable, structure is eternal. Eventually, reality confronted him, a moment when talent was not enough, when preparation mattered. He hesitated. He overthought, he lacked stamina, and he lost, not just externally but internally. In Zen, this is called the collapse of false identity, the image of being naturally gifted shattered. What remained was untrained will, and that realization was heavier than failure. The samurai believed redemption was possible only through humility. Return to basics, return to form, return to repetition, sweep the floor, sharpen the blade, S in silenzio, no grand plans, no explanations, just action. But pride resists this. The man stood at a crossroads, to submit or to rationalize. Many never choose submission. Japanese wisdom teaches that discipline is identity, not effort. You do not rise to your intelligence. You fall to your habits. The warrior trains when unseen. The lazy, intelligent man performs only when watched. Bushidō demanded readiness without an audience. The man finally understood too late that brilliance without structure is definitely. The samurai would not call him evil. They would call him undisciplined. And that was worse. Because discipline was available to all, intelligence was irrelevant. Musashi wrote, "Today defeat yourself, tomorrow defeat lesser men." But only through daily discipline, in silence, in repetition, in humility. The man who refuses discipline will always lose, not because he is weak, but because he believed he didn't need it. And the way does not forgive that belief.